I have received word from the monster. A mere couple more minutes, and we'll be going. Just getting our notes organized for the big hot one tonight. Feeling like it's a title night. Excuse me, I gotta put the cough filter. Blah. Hey, frog in the throat. So yeah, just do some wrestling tonight. My name is Jeff. You're here with me now. I've been doing the old cardio souls at 5:35 Turner time every Monday through Friday morning, Eastern time. The best time. Just playing Dark Souls, talking to people. Why not? What else am I gonna do? I get up and do the Stairmaster for an hour anyway. While I play Dark Souls, I may as well just, stream it. Who cares? Start our mornings off right. Get that blood going. But yeah. I reached out to the famous monster and said, hey, what if we did wrestling more regularly? And I don't know if we're going to be pinning Friday nights down as our night. I'd like to pin down a weekly night. That would be fabulous. Still Extra Life this year until the end of the year. So we still got about 6 weeks left. So what do we got on the old docket tonight? If you click that lovely link, ! Donate, we still have Ron Owens, do a product placement for the people. So for $25, you can tell me what you want me to do a product placement for as good old Ron Owens, or you can say just make up a product or choose your own product, and we'll do an ad read while the wrestling's going on. Still have 25 buckaroos. Ask a former math teacher a math question or something about Dragon Quest. Leave me alone, Amazon. Getting an email about my credit card here. What else we got? 100 buckaroos. 2 left. The old big wave. What if you just want me to chug a beer? I could drink 2 beers. I'm probably gonna drink 2 anyway, so why not? We did really great this year. I raised $2,344. My goal was 1,000. Team Alerts, good old Cat K helped participate. What was our total so far? We're at 2474, so almost 2,500 old dollarinos together. I know Kat still has some things she wants to do. I got some more things I want to do. I think I absolutely would love to end Extra Life this year with one more Malordio party game. We'll see how that goes. That's a nice terrible one. Don't worry, I still got Malort left, and I'm willing to open up the Malort incentive for more of that, and that'll just be chugging Malorts. We might do like a cooldown where I get at least a half hour between shots. Maybe I can pull out the old mathematician magic and write some sort of exponential equation so that the more donations are in, the more time I got in between having to do them. But I'll drink Malort. People seem to like it. I like the taste of grapefruit juice. It's fine. What else we got going on here? Let us look at the news. What's trending in the world of Twitter? Well, NHL 1 hour ago, the Maple Leafs at the Red Wings. Sports, what's trending? Bruhan. You know him, you love him, Bruhan. Entertainment trending, Tim Allen, trending with Toy Story 3, and getting arrested for smuggling marijuana over international lines and rolling over and ratting on all his friends. What else is trending? Gaming, Infinite Wealth, 2,198 posts. Good old Yakuza Like a Dragon coming back with a hot new entry. I do need to pre-order that, but it's like $100, and I'm trying not to spend money. Hi, Cat. Glad you're here now. No, I'm not saying that. Celebrities trending. Good old David Tennant, Doctor Who himself is back, 5,020 posts. Well, Tennant is 10, they like to say. Now he's number 14. Oh my gosh, double Doctor. Cat Spark says it's not a sex site, but I imagine there already was the 10th Doctor and the Metacrisis Doctor, and now there's the 14th Doctor, and it's all the same man, and Archive of Our Own's got to be having a field day with that one. Yeah, real field day. It's going to be awkward. I don't like that. Just put that in here. Share the link with Eric's wrestling friends. Oh boy. Well, that's good. We like people coming in. Hey, all this is going to, our good old Team Malorts. I feel like you should steal Eric's Switch at some point so you can join in on Malordio Party. You don't have to drink the Malort. You just need to participate in the misery, which is Mario Party, where the rules don't matter and everything's arbitrary. But I'll open up some incentives so that I have to drink Malort. Maybe we can get Gim Gam to play around. I know he's got a Switch. Probably won't drink the Malort, but that's fine. Punishment Malorts are great. Very easily swayed by peer pressure, so don't be afraid to annoy him. Oh, I've got no problem doing that. Don't get me wrong. If my peanut gallery for the old Stair Stepper stream wasn't doing it, ooh, Jello shots for him. Yeah, if my peanut gallery wasn't here, I would have had him on the horn. Don't worry. Yeah, I could maybe talk to his wife and ask her to make him some of the worst booze shots she can think of. I'm sure her and Midge and you could put your heads together and come up with some truly vile things that, he'd probably like. I'm thinking, do you think, because there's some stuff you can't do a Jello shot with, all right? What about creme de menthe, Midori, third one? It's like separates and then like surprise. Here's one that's all of them. Creme de menthe, Midori, maybe Curacao. That could be a fun one. What else could we make? Just good Allen's coffee brandy. That Allen's sounds like a bag of beans. Yeah. Allen's coffee brandy with maybe orange Jello. That'd be a real gross one on the tongue. That'd be a good one to make him hate it. Could just, he has have the milk problems. We could just have him, mix Allen's coffee, brandy, and milk. The classic Maynard drink, fat ass in a glass. It is delicious, and you will drink a gallon of milk without blinking, but your body's gonna hate you for the milk and the booze. Sugary brandy booze. Tropical drinks are great. Hey! Well, if you like tropical drinks, I hear when in Vegas, you can get some delicious tiki drinks. I know, I'm pumped for tiki time. I look at our tiki mugs in the morning when I'm doing my stuff, when I'm getting ready to come downstairs and get on the stair stepper to, do some Dark Soulsins, some cardio souls, as it were. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna drink a bunch of them. I bought a new stair stepper today. I noticed that, so people were telling me, they said, hey, Jeff, why is it squeaking and farting so much? So the stair stepper, I use it a lot. It's a cheaper one. Earlier this week, after I was cleaning up, I looked down and there's a bunch of like black rubbery tar looking things on the mat. I was like, uh-oh, I'm either burning stuff or maybe the hydraulics are getting too hot. One of the washers that's kind of holding the steel wire in place snapped. Not molting, just breaking. So thankfully, I have some time before Monday when I do the next stream. I should have a new stair stepper showing up on Sunday, and that stair stepper does not need the steel wire to get it all going. That's a bit fancy. Yeah, they gave me emotes, and I have all of these wonderful tuna-centric emotes here. I said, well, why not make 60% of the emotes tuna? That said, these two emotes got flagged when I uploaded them as being possibly suggestive. So they were held on appeal. As you can see, they got through, but I don't know what in the detection system says those are some sexy, they are sexy emotes, but innocent, safe for work, family-friendly sexy emotes, I would say, of Tuna and Skippy and I at my wedding. Drinking drinks. Oh yeah, ooh. French cat Tuna, everybody. Tuna's been having a week. We've been having to brush him out. He's just been getting into gook. Having to get it all out of his gigando floof. It's like, everybody loves having a big fluffy cat when he's all warm and cuddly, but then you gotta brush him out, every day. Every day gotta brush that cat. Oh, Oscar's a great little pup. And he's got the long fluffs too, you know the troubles. We have a new dematting brush coming from up here. All right, so speaking of pets puking, while I was at work this morning, I got a message from my wife. Let's read it out to the good people. Where is it? Gotta scroll it back here. Scroll it back. Scrolling it back. Where was it? I'm missing it. Man, my phone is like deleting messages on me. That's strange. So anyways, Mitch tells me a message at work. So the cat today, she says, Jeffrey, I had to clean up after the cat. And I go, oh, Mitch, oh no, why you got to clean up after the cat? Because he puked. I said, all right, well, you know, he's a long-haired cat. He pukes. Cats puke. Well, he had a bit of a hairball, but it wasn't just a hairball. Apparently what happened, he took a poop that was so rank and rancid, even to himself, that he got out of the box and immediately started retching. He done upset himself with his massive, terrible poo. And that's how Tuna spent his morning. Just grossing it up for the people. By which I mean his mother. Yes, so weird that message was deleted. I sent another friend a message today on a different platform, and it was deleted when I went back to look at it. Maybe it's my Dumbo iPhone just screwing it up for everybody, you know? Where's the wrestling? Well, we're waiting on the monster, Cat. The monster is finishing a delicious monstrous meal to get the power he needs to bring you these hot matches. You know, I cannot possibly hope to control the monster. I can only contain him and invite him in every evening. What is on the docket? Well, I've been looking at our championship belts that we've created, and I'm feeling like maybe we need to bring some hot title action. So, probably it's gonna be some, death matches again tonight. I was promised big meaty men slapping meats. That's the real oil. Oh, it's coming. I am currently organizing my notes as I wait for the famous monster to pop in. Currently fixing and finishing up a dinner, but hello, Matt. Glad to have you here. We are still doing this part of Extra Life. Good old Cat is on my team this year. If you hit ! Donate, it'll pop out the link into chat. We're just shy of $2,500 redues as a combined team, which is awesome. Kat and I are doing great. For wrestling tonight, I opened up $25 incentives where you can tell me something or just tell me to pick something, and I'll do an ad read. There's gonna be wrestling, don't worry. And we still have, the leftovers from Dark Souls the other weekend where, I'll just chug a beer for $100. I'll chug beers. There's also everybody's favorite, and it's my favorite. You can ask me a question about math. Orange Cassidy. All right. He's pretty. The ladies like him. He used to wrestle as an ant. That's Orange Cassidy. Is that? He likes to keep his hands in his pockets. Yeah, there you go. You like a blonde guy? Yeah, he used to dress up as an ant. He was part of the colony. Yes, an ant. I believe he was the worker ant. It's the worker ant, the fire ant, the soldier ant. Yeah. The company was run by a person who, is not the best. No, I'm not making it up. I'm not grandma. I'm telling you the truth. Orange Cassidy used to be a wrestling ant. Yeah, Jakar, there you go. Thank you. I got to see the colony in action against the Assyrian portal, right? The ones that were like the faux time traveler Egyptians. That's look up the time travel Egyptians, Cat. Those were some boys, let me tell you. Yeah, Jakar, it's okay. the owner of Chikara, total scumbag, just ripped off people of money, which, hey, what a surprise, it's wrestling, but also I believe was a sex pervert, which we don't appreciate. And oh me, oh my, what time is it? 7:52 Turner time, and we have none other than the famous Monster popping in. Monster, how you doing this evening?
Sorry.
I'm coming in hot. Oh.
Well, I was just kind of hanging out being a sex pervert for the most part, and I'm glad to hear that it's going on there. So I feel like I missed out on some of that, but maybe I didn't miss anything at all.
I was my Extra Life teammate Kat is in. She has brought in a friend that also likes the wrestling, and she said, "Tell me about this Orange Cassidy." And I said, he's a dreamy little man. The ladies like him, and he used to wrestle as an ant. He was a wrestling ant. And she didn't believe me.
Yeah.
And it's
Chikara, right?
Yeah, it sounds like I'm pulling your leg. No, he was a wrestling ant. That's what he was. Not
Part
just
of a colony. There was more than one wrestling ant.
Indeed,
he was not the wrestling ant. He was one of them.
A wrestling ant.
Yeah,
part of the wrestling ants, the colony. Why would someone hide that dreamy man under that mask? Well, you come out as a pretty boy in this business, Cat, and everybody's just chopping up the block trying to take you down a peg. So you gotta hide under the hood, as it were. To really, build yourself up. You gotta put in the time, you gotta put in the effort, and then Monster, that's when you get the title matches. And tonight, we got a hot new title to be defended.
That is absolutely right, Owens. Tonight it is all kicking off on the super station. Every other station was already just a regular station, but now there needs to be another thing that's even lower than that, because it is the super station making a mockery of all other broadcast media. Tonight, you are going to see wrestling.
We're going to see
and everything else you've ever seen, that called itself wrestling, you are going to finally understand was only some kind of a dull, glassy pantomime of wrestling, because tonight at the WrestleDome here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, or wherever, I don't really know where we are. I
believe you mean Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
I do mean that, Owens. Tonight, here in God's own country, you are going to see wrestling like you have never seen wrestling before. Who do we got coming up, Owens?
Well, Monster, if you might remember last time, we had 8 men in the ring scrapping, winner takes all, and the people wrote in. They said to me, hang on, my intern leg kick has summarized some choice ones. We got from Cousin Marky in Houston, Texas. Cousin Marky writes in. He says, Monster and Owens, I want to see some more barbed wire death matches, but this time I want it to mean something. I want there to be some stakes. Why can't we make it an 8-man tag match, barbed wire death match title? And you know what? Let's name it after my father, Old Grocer. So tonight we're going to have the inaugural champion's crown for the Old Grocer Heavyweight 8-man tag barbed wire death match championship.
Do I need to remind you, viewers at home, do not try this at home, because I forgot about this until just now. The last time we attempted this, a lot of people died. A lot of people died is the thing. A lot of people just didn't make it. There's a lot of people who will not be sending out birthday cards anymore, or calling anybody or doing anything because they died in the ring. And tonight we are going to feed 8 more strong competitors into that void. And in theory, all of these men could survive. Will that happen? No idea.
Well, we got an interesting combination. Over in the blue corner, our challenges are the Dynamite Kid, I'm Not Dead, Tom Billington, Genichiro Tenryu coming out of retirement, looking great, the Great Muda. Notice he is in the later mask, still working it, and back again from the kitchen. It's Akira Taue. He has given up chefing. Over on the red side, we have the lover boy himself, Dennis Condrey. Steve Simpson striking out on his own from his brother Sean, but he's still in tag team action. We got Dragon Lee. What a high flyer this guy is. And of course, it's Taz.
It is Taz, the short guy from Red Hook, Brooklyn, or Red Hooklyn, if you will. the human suplex machine. Tonight, he's going to have to attempt to suplex death itself, because this is the deadliest, the wildest, the bloodiest, the most utterly mind-bending, wrestlingliest, that's a word, thing you're ever going to see on the Superstation.
All right, I need to break here. We should probably put Hanma in, right? He was the yelling wonderful superhero. I'm gonna take Dragon Lee out. We got it.
We need Hanma.
All right, let's.
And all that excitement last week, wrestling fans. Something that your humble commentators discovered is that Hanma apparently can't die.
Hang on. Do we want him in the denim?
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we need him in the. Look at that. We need him in the denim.
Last minute substitution, monster. Dragon Lee has pulled a hammy, and we're having a substitute. Look at the last minute in his street clothes. The hero of last night's death matches, Tomoaki Hanma. This is a man who dines on danger and laughs in the face of death itself.
That is absolutely right, Owens. And something in addition to all the mortality we've been seeing is that we've learned that Tomoaki Hanma apparently literally cannot die. We're not sure if existence is painful for him or what, but he's really losing it.
And we have a question from the kids' corner today. You know, glad to have new fans coming in. The new fans keep us strong. Are these all real wrestlers? Yes, indeed they are. And don't believe the lies. All of them are still alive. Let's throw it to the ring with our referee, Skippy Granola, live from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
And I would remind the viewers at home that if one of these wrestlers dies in this video game due to a curse, the real wrestler will die for real if they're still alive.
It's kind of a monkey's paw situation, but more like, fitting a camel through the eye of a needle.
And the crush is starting early here in the ring. We have got the Great Muta hungry for it, and he is trading soup bones with Taz, and all of a sudden unleashing a couple of nasty kicks to the bread basket.
Taz, you see, trying to send a pile driver to the Dynamite Kid. Wanted none of that, just backtracked him out as going for Hanma. Dynamite knows Hanma is the key to winning against this other team.
You know, you can see he's got the strategy going on. When you've got a crush like this, all you need to do is reach into it and grab something and try to do a wrestling move on it. Chances are you'll hurt somebody.
Taz and Hanma double teaming Taue. They are having no respect for this man's neck. They know this is kill or be killed tonight. And again with that double team powerbomb, Ref Granola doesn't know which way to go. There's too much action here. Somebody's even bleeding, monster. Who is it?
It looks like Dynamite Kid has finally had enough of that, though. Look at him. He's raking the eyes. He's and you know what? He just could not keep. No, yes, he could. All right. Despite the interference of, I don't know who this guy in the purple underwear is.
That would be Sean Simpson, vaunted, world-class championship wrestler.
Absolutely. I just remembered that. Yes.
Well, you might. The kids at home might remember him more for his time on the after-school special on ESPN Global Championship Wrestling. Global Championship brought to you live from the Global Dome every weekday afternoon after school. Great Muta goes to the eyes of the lover boy, but he just shakes it off in his trade and blows with Condry as, oh no, Hanma hits the exploding barbed wire. Straight out of nowhere. Yes, this barbed wire is rigged to explode. A little note passed to me again from the kids' corner. Yes, this is a death match. The barbed wire is lined with explosives. You can see those red nodules hanging down. Those are the sensors for these explosives. Now, to the untrained eye, monster, they may appear to be, naught more but firecrackers or an M1000. But oh no, these are highly sophisticated triggers.
That is absolutely correct, Owens. These things are precision mounted and normally used in tactical situations. But when you have it in a wrestling ring like this, the only thing it is there for is to enforce the one law of carnage, which is that there's gonna be carnage.
Hanma fighting off the Dynamite Kid and Taue and Muta and just going crazy here, but Muta and Dynamite, they're able to take him down. Loverboy bleeding in the corner, struggling to get up. I don't know what he's going to be doing here. Going after Dynamite, elbow to the back of the head, picks up Dynamite, but Taue is in for the cutoff.
When you're in a wrestling situation like this, let me tell you, there are alliances that are formed and shattered at the drop of a hat. You might be standing shoulder to shoulder with someone trying to suplex Taz 1 second, and the next you are just punches across from each other.
Hanma trying to go for a pin, only gets a 1. Tally just goes for the reverse, not even countering him, just kicking out. Interesting. Think that was psychological warfare there, Monster.
That's absolutely right, Owens. And I'll tell you something else too about my God. I'll tell you something else too about Hanma as a competitor. The thing is, number one, does he feel pain? We're not sure. Number two, can he die? We're pretty sure he can't. And number three, does he understand that wrestling isn't real? We don't know.
Hanma is psyching up to hear that guttural war cry. That was some patented big boots, but again, Simpson cuts him off with a beautiful high-angle slam, followed up with a super kick, but the count is going. Oh, Dynamite out of 2.9. Ref Granola showing us that elbow was up.
You know, you gotta have to have a spare thought or two now and again for Ref Granola. He is in that ring. That's a 1 and 2, and look at that, maintaining that sense of justice in the ring despite the fact that any normal human being would be fighting for their life right about now. He knows how to stay away from it, but he knows he's gonna get close to count those pins.
Hanma trying to choke out Muta. Muta is having none of it. I think that mask might give him a little bit of an unfair advantage, Monsters. He counters with a nice dragon screw to Hanma. Hanma, no knee pads tonight, so that has to earn extra as then he gets whipped at the exploding barbed wire. And Muta takes it in turn. You got to hold on to those receipts. Dynamite with the cover on the Loverboy, too, and no, 2-9. Granola again showing us shoulder is up as Muta just loves those explosions tonight.
You know, you're seeing some explosions, you're seeing some brawling, you're seeing some people even trying to get a little technical in the ring here tonight, because the ultimate answer is whatever it's going to take to get you to survive while you're out there and put somebody away before literally everybody dies.
Senryu can't get the suplex on Hanma. Hanma again, he cannot die, counters it and starts stomping away at Taue, going back, trading chops. I think, oh, nope. I thought he was just going to be made mad, but you know, he's got Tenryu in his mind as he goes after the Dynamite Kid. Vicious headbutt, but you know, Tanma's head, one of the toughest ones in the industry, Monster. Known for his Kokeshi headbutt. I don't know if you're familiar with the Kokeshi dolls. They are a traditional Japanese doll that, you know, kind of looks a little bit like a totem pole.
That's absolutely right.
As Taz shows the power of ECW with a fluorescent light tube.
The only law in the death match is survival. The other law is you get to pin someone for 3 seconds and then you win. But those are the only laws in the death match.
I mean, I would have thought the only law is Ref Granola, but you know, we have seen him taken out in these matches. So yeah, I truly don't think there's any laws. As Simpson hits a running bulldog on Dynamite Kid, but he is up and mad, going after Simpson. A tombstone. Is this gonna be it? He's going for the cover. Nobody's there to break it up. Dynamite can have this wrapped up, and no, just a 2.
That had to be it. Oh. Dynamite absolutely wants to put a stop to this, and it looks like the only thing getting put a stop to is him just now into those barbed wire explosions.
That's Condre. The airplane spin broken up. Muta, very smart. You know, it looks like a simple maneuver, but those airplane spins, once your equilibrium's thrown off, your middle ear is all out of whack, you don't want to have that.
That is out of nowhere.
I believe it was Simpson with the pin.
Hanma making that sound. Spiro.
14 minutes. We have our decision. Let's wait for Ref Granola to call it in. And it was Tomoaki Hanma with the wheel clutch over Akira Taue. We had a feeling Hanma would be the deciding factor, and he was, crowning our inaugural Old Grocer champions, Loverboy Dennis Cronji, Steve Simpson, Tomoaki Hanma, and Taz.
That is absolutely right, Owens. And I'm going to tell you something else, too. You're only going to see action like this here on the Superstation with the greatest wrestling programming you could ever imagine. And I got to also say, what an appropriate victor for this tournament and for this title. Tomoaki Hanma, who, I need you to understand, he doesn't sign up for the matches. He just shows up and starts beating people up, and by law we have to let him. So, oh no, Tomoaki Hanma is the deathmatch champion.
Tomoaki Hanma, he was just a deathmatch wrestler that's just got a lot of charisma. He tans himself to like a leathery hot doggy sheen and just bleaches that hair out. And yeah, is just uses his head as a weapon in a way that I used to, which is why there's all those hash marks on my legs. So, when I'm in a really bad way and, dribbling the soup, they'll know why I'm like that. Let's see. Ooh, okay. This is pretty. All right, let's swap out Naito. Let's get somebody. Okay, I like this. Plus 50 charisma, plus 40 hot dog skin. You got it, Cat. Well, Monster, we're going to have this championship defended. Our inaugural and reigning champions, Loverboy Dennis Crosby, Steve Simpson, Taz, and Tomoaki Hanma are taking on some veteran presence here, as it were, with Giant Baba, tag team specialist and rival of Dennis Condrey, Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express, and shocker of shocks, Dennis Condrey's replacement in the Midnight Express, Sweet Stan Lane. And don't forget, Iceman King Parsons, one of the fabulous Freebirds, is very familiar with many of these men. Monsters is quite an interesting and in-depth stories can be told in the Squared Circle tonight. I think he's dead. Well... He's eating a sandwich. Well, let's take a look at the news. I'll wait for the monster. Trending in politics right now is John Voight. That can't be good. Oh, he's a Rock and Roll Express fan. Who couldn't be? They're classic. Oh, that's a creepy picture. Not a John Voight. Sam Mills. All right. They'll give the monster a moment to get in here. We can, Yes, okay, we can't change attires. Okay, we can't change attire. Okay, so if you win the title, you're stuck in that attire. What costumes that Giant Baba got? Let's get 3. I'm gonna change them. Iceman's got day 4. All right, let's find Iceman. See what his other 4 are. Whilst we wait, Freebirds? No, I didn't put him in there. Other. Why is Martina grayed out? That's weird. Gonna have to update my cause. Aw, shucks. Where is he hidden? NWA, maybe? Iceman King Parsons. Where on earth did I hide him?
Okay, can you...
Oh, hey, you're back.
You can hear me. All right. Okay. Let me tell you something, fight fans. Yeah, my sound system kind of glorched out there for a second, but I promise you that what I was saying was incredibly funny and extraordinarily... I was really on fire. So
I believe it. I believe it. Just, putting some hot costumes on the boys, as it were.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I forget if the Patriots survived the match last time.
Well, we do have a different. We did make a 6-man tag for the Patriots. So I think we could do this one and then go back to the universe of multiple Patriots.
Okay. Well, I was trying to remember if he died or not, because people died, folks. People got, like zipped into body bags and shipped out of here, and that's how they went home. People die in this ring, friends. But these wrestlers are here to bring you this kind of quality programming on the Superstation every week.
That's true, Monster. Let's throw it away to our referee from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Good old Skippy Knoll.
Every week.
Every week, another Moida here on the Superstation. Classic rivals, Ricky and the Loverboy going after each other, but then backing off. There's going to be some feeling out. We see Sweet Stan just kind of eyeballing the Loverboy, but he's going after Hanma first, and there we go. Battle of the Midnights. These men have a score to settle. Monster, how would you feel coming face to face in the ring, the man that replaced you and your own team?
Oh my God, they did it again. I'm sorry. That they were three people all drum on one guy. It kills me every time. Literally. Oh my God. All right. That's right, Owens. And you'll see it all here on the Superstation. Oh man, okay. So Stan Lane. Stan Lane, is that who's
yes.
fighting Taz? Who's fighting Taz?
No, Taz is. Stan Lane was fighting Robert Gibson.
Robert Gibson, the Tron-looking guy.
Yep.
Oh dear, Hanma's
been showing no respect to Giant Baba, legend of Japanese pro wrestling tonight. And Hanma he is, I believe, the first man busted open, maybe. No, he managed to take that barbed wire in the best way possible. Still not bleeding, but still going after Baba, this time bringing the Loverboy in on that.
You would need industrial equipment to penetrate the forehead of Hanma. The man is basically a Naugahyde couch at this point.
Iceman King Parson busted wide open on the exploding barbed wire. Look at that puddle forming under him on the mat. It's a good thing he wore those red tights tonight. You don't want to be wearing white and showing off all that blood. You look down and, you just start freaking out. It could be terrible in there. This is not the place to lose your control.
They were doing gymnastics in there to be called getting the twisties, but out in this wrestling ring, it's called seeing your own blood and freaking out.
Taz with a wonderful suplex into the corner. This time picks up Baba, can't throw him over, but just kind of drops him down and goes for a 0 count. As Iceman counters to the backslide, Taz has no answer. That's got to be upsetting,
You gotta figure Taz is gonna try to get this thing over as quickly as possible. He's got 7 people he's going to try to take on and successfully pin at least one of them if he wants to take that gold home. And you can see he's in it to win it tonight, folks.
Well, Taz has never been called the smartest wrestler in the ring, so I would not be surprised, Monster, if he forgot he has 3 partners in this 8-man tag.
Oh yeah, there are sides, aren't there?
Loverboy stalking the ring with a chair, swings it at Taz and misses, which is good. Taz is his partner. Loverboy perhaps also a little confused as Iceman managed to subtly dodge that blow.
Man, all right.
Iceman with a front face lock. Lots of good technical wrestling in this barbed wire death match tonight. Kind of a surprise, but you got to throw your opponent a curveball now and again to keep him off his game, right?
That's absolutely true, Owens. When you are in that wrestling ring, all you're thinking about is how to get to that 1, 2, 3, as we just saw attempted now. Whatever you do, you'll do whatever it takes. If you got to go technical, then by God, you're going to go technical. If you're going to try to out-suplex Taz like some fool just did and failed, that's what you got to try to do.
I think we have the speed set way too high for this. We set it down to 100. I just kind of like, this is making me a little fasty here. All right. I'll dial it down. Stan Lane with that karate kick. But Taz counters with a dragon screw. Shades of the Great Amuda. He must have been paying attention last match. Taz, geez, throwing Stan Lane over his head. Stan landed on his belly. That's quite an impressive feat, but Lane up first. Simpson with the cutoff.
You can see Baba over here showing that veteran presence, but all it earns him is a whip into the ropes.
And
there is very little law.
Baba is also bleeding. I believe Sweet Stan Lane, Sean Simpson are our only men not bleeding. As Stan Lane picks up a barbed wire bat, Simpson fights him off. He does not want to be gushing tonight. 2, 1. Gibson with the 2 count on Condrey. Hanma's psyching himself up. That guttural yowl. Iceman throwing headbutts at Hanma. That could be a dangerous game, even for someone like the Iceman. I think one more time.
Did you see the air, by the way, on that suplex, the hang time? The sheer power of these athletes in the ring destroying themselves for that goal.
We have a submission, I believe, by Taz on Sweet Stan. Stan gets out. Gibson with a cover on Hanma. Hanma gets out. Stan Lane hits the barbed wire. Still not bleeding. Stan Lane is a bit of a ladies' man, Monster, if you follow me. So he's got to be, hoping he comes out of this in relatively as one single a piece as possible tonight.
That's absolutely right, Owens. And by the way, I'm being informed via my earpiece that I should not refer to the belt as gold. However, I am okay to refer to it as a golden-colored belt that is on the line tonight here.
Understood. Stan Lane busted wide open. Oh, you're just going to make him angry. Conjure with a jumping pile driver on the Iceman. Seeing a double suplex here. Bubba going after Hanma. Oh, it's breaking loose. Stan Lane into the explosions again. Simpson's exhausted. Just a punch to the gut. Iceman psyching himself up. Monster, what do you make of this?
It just looks like a 10-car pile up here in the ring. And things are getting even more piled up and more carful, or however you would want to call it, or what have you, because there's explosions now in the death match.
Hanma managing to kick out. It would have been a heartbreaker for him to eat the pin, and frankly, I wouldn't have believed it. I would have thought we went through some sort of time paradox, akin to the multiple Patriots we've been dealing with in the Stampede.
That is absolutely true, Owens. My understanding is that in Chikara Pro, there's Lance Steele was in a tag team with Lance Steele, his younger self. Now, to the best of my knowledge, other than the Patriot, time travel has not propagated here to the Superstation, but you never know.
Well, we do believe that the Patriots' time travel is somehow influenced by the chemical weapons that were involved in the Gulf War.
I can only think that is a distinct possibility.
Dennis Condrey and Robert Gibson eating the barbed wire, and Stan Lane exploding. The rock and rolls in the midnights, it doesn't matter which side of the ring they're on, they all bleed just the same. And I believe Simpson is indeed the only man not bleeding tonight other than good old referee Skippy Granola, but referee Granola called for the bell. He has made a decision. Somebody cannot continue.
That is a surprising amount of mercy, especially considering that we were approaching the 15-minute mark in this match.
Oh, no, it was a submission. We couldn't see it in that just pile of humanity. Iceman Parsons submits Taz in a half Boston Crab, and we have new champions. Robert Gibson, Sweet Stan Lane, the Iceman King Parsons, and Giant Baba. This title's like a hot potato, Monster.
That's absolutely right, Owens, and you got to believe that Hanma's team is feeling especially disgraced right now. If you can think of a single more appropriate person to hold that title than Hanma, I myself cannot. But instead, it lies with this team, these four very loosely connected wrestlers.
Yeah, it wanted to do a mirror match. That would have been a bit much. Okay, so speed was normal.
Yeah, no, the speed's fine. It's just there's just a lot going on.
Okay, I thought I was like, it's going fast.
Yeah, no, I now and again I would kind of try to just find like a thing to follow. Because otherwise you're gonna drown. There's just so much.
Keep Joe.
A lot. Nice.
You're not real. Okay, so far this is funny. Get one more. I love you, Kiona. We don't need you here, Petty Leather. Oh yeah. Let me get a big wave, Monster. Talk to the crowd, and I'll come back and do an advertisement.
Hi there, viewer. How are you doing? It's really this is the kind of wrestling action that you really can only see here on the Superstation. Kind of wrestling action that makes you wonder how it is possible to wrestle so hard that you can time travel all of a sudden. And the answer to that is these guys are really good at wrestling. I don't know what to tell you. They're just really good at it.
Well, Monster, there's a little bit more to the wrestling business than just wrestling. There are bills to pay.
That is true. That is true, Owens.
And we have some dear sponsors here. Our first sponsor of the night, the Fortune Teller Miracle Fish. Now, Monster, what do you know about fish?
Fish, they're vertebrates mostly, right? Let's see. They live in the ocean, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, they do. They live primarily in the ocean. Yeah, so I know some like fish facts. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Monster, there are miracle fish, there are fortune teller fish, and these fortune teller miracle fish, they're fun for the whole family. It comes in a wonderful red and white paper. It is embossed. There is some stippling on the cover, and let me tell you some facts about these miracle fish. Are you ready for this? Here's some facts for you.
Well,
they're passionate.
Well, yeah.
Miracle fish are jealous. They are fickle, false, love, and dead one. They curl up entirely. They have a moving head. They have curling sides. They turns over. They have a moving head and tail, and they're also motionless.
Yeah, well, so I was gonna say, like, I mean, one of the fish facts that I do know is that fish mostly cannot engage in clairvoyant. They're not clairvoyant at all. But it sounds like this fish.
And yet. It
sounds like this fish can see. Owens, I consider myself a monster of science. Okay,
Indeed.
I consider myself like reasonable and rational. I consider my mind skeptical.
Yes, a skeptic in the classic sense of the term.
A skeptic in the classic sense, yes. I can think of no reasonable explanation other than that there is a legitimate miracle behind the immense clairvoyance of these fish that you're talking about.
Yeah. You take the fish out, you touch it with your clammy little hands, and again, if you're passionate, it will curl up entirely. If you're jealous, its heads will move. If you're fickle, its sides will curl. If you're false to this question, it will turn over. If it means love, there's a moving head and tail. And if you're trying to get in touch with the dead, it's going to be motionless. That is the fortune teller miracle fish, our proud sponsor tonight. As we get ready to go to the ring here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, as Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, Tim Storm, and Michael Purely Sexy Hayes are trying to wrest the old grosser 8-man barbed wire deathmatch title away from our current champions, Robert Gibson, Sweet Stan Lay, and the Iceman King Parsons, and Giant Baba. What do you think of this one, Monster?
That is absolutely right, Owens. I'll tell you, we are looking at a fierce lot of competitors tonight. We have Samoa Joe, a man of great might and power. You have Daniel Bryan, a technical assassin. You have Tim Storm, who is also here. And finally, you have Michael Photoshop Hayes, the excellence of having that hair. And they're all going to wrestle tonight.
They call Tim Storm the Ricky Steamboat of pudgy educators everywhere, you see. He's a family man.
Wow.
He loves his mother. He teaches elementary school. And he was also the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. But enough about that. Let's send it to the ring with good old Skippy Granola.
I haven't met his mother, so I have no idea.
Oh, Mama Storm's a lovely woman.
I believe it.
All right, and then we go.
That's right, fight fans. Something else, fight fans, to consider is that every single one of these people has a mother, and yet they are in this wrestling ring, risking life and limb, not only for your entertainment, but for the pride of that golden-colored belt.
Giant Baba, also a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, going after Mr. Storm. It's a brotherhood that unites everyone that holds the 10 pounds of gold. They gotta kind of scrap, right? They gotta throw fists. They gotta know, hey, who would be the best in a one-on-one competition? But here's the problem, Monster. This is not a one-on-one contest. It is 4-on-4, no rules, exploding barbed wire, light tubes, baseball bats, kendo sticks, chairs, broken lumber. This is not a normal match. Normal men don't enter this ring.
Absolutely correct, Owens. I'll tell you something. When it comes to a typical wrestling match, it might be a sprint or a marathon. But when you're in here in the death match, it's both. It's a sprint and it's a marathon, and there are international objects that somebody might hit you with.
Michael Hayes giving it to Iceman. Iceman was a former associate of the Freebirds, known as the Blackbird for a brief period of time. Doesn't appreciate people winning championships without him. Michael Hayes, a petty man.
That is also correct. And I'll tell you something else. You can see the drive here in him that also led him to form teams such as the Brood. Or wait, the Hardy Boys.
Well, there was multiple versions of the Brood there, Monster, and it gets me wondering.
That's true, yeah.
I feel like if Purely Sexy were to claim this title, he might see all 4 members of the Brood coming after him.
A title
That's true. A title like this does, however, paint a target on your back. And I'll tell you what else paints a target on your back is blood, so if it forms like a target shape, because there's blood everywhere in the ring tonight.
Oh, you know, when you have a match like this, it's hard not to let a little outside you.
Tonight's cocktail is a main mule, which is maple rum and ginger ale. I mean, wrestling.
This is indeed a wrestling match, as we see Fairly Sexy going toe-to-toe with Giant Baba. The big man ends up getting a little cocksure of himself against Fairly Sexy. Now, here you know, Monster, Michael P.S. Hayes is a noted, multi-time decorated tag team champion, multiple promotions all over the world. But did you know he is also, I would dare say, equally decorated as a singles competitor? Don't forget when he dethroned none other than the total package Lex Luger for the United States Heavyweight Championship for a spell back in the 80s. He's speechless. Michael Hayes is one tough competitor, as we see Tim Storm getting suplexed in a double team maneuver. Sweet Stan Lane is quite a ring technician.
That is absolutely right, Owens. And here we have got those words on the street and an explosion. Down goes
Sweet Stan, but don't worry, ladies, he is not bleeding. But Tim Storm is busted wide open. Giant Baba bleeding too. Michael Hayes still holding it together. We got a count. Danielson kicks out as we see Stan Lane back into the barbed wire, and he's bleeding. Hayes swinging a miss with that bat, but don't worry, his partner Storm's there to help out.
And look at that flagrant disrespect from the Star Pants guy.
Iceman Parsons, not one to be trifled with, as Giant Baba is busted open. Michael Hayes busted open. Samoa Joe with the muscle buster, can't capitalize on the pin though. Baba with the big chop. Iceman, Elbow, and Danielson, neither of them going for the cover. They're just a little too tired. You can see the weakness in Bob's. He missed that chop on Danielson.
Down goes Granola.
Oh my God, Granola's down and bleeding like crazy.
There's a miniature purge where all laws are revoked every time the referee is down. So people like to really get in there like war crimes and stuff and like shoplifting.
Iceman almost pinning his former partner, Michael Hayes. Tim Storm.
The only thing you can shoplift in this wrestling ring is a beatdown.
Hayes is showing it off for the ladies, but you know what? You got to get through the match. You got to keep that strap of gold on you to get the gals after you tonight, Michael. Hayes with a textbook backbreaker to Mr. Robert Gibson. You know, they've had a number of tussles over the years. Samoa Joe picks up Gibson and throws him as we see Baba once again goes to the barbed wire. Joe looking like he's up to something, but no. Baba counters with a rib breaker.
And you can see both Joe and Baba are looking worse for wear. The death match takes a toll on you, and that's 2. And could that? No, that is not 3.
The running bulldog by Gibson. It's one of many bouts over the years, but not tonight. It's just you're going to have to put a little extra mustard on it, you know?
That is true. You get and Hayes eats explosive barbed wire. That's not going to be a filling meal unless you're hungry for blood. And he does a bulldog.
Hayes stealing a page out of the book of Gibson tonight with that bulldog monster. Iceman cannot put away Joe. We saw, it looked, no, Danielson could not get the submission. Hayes with an interesting team maneuver hitting the quick, beautiful DDT, a patented maneuver. Michael Hayes on Gibson as Danielson locked in that label lock, but there's too many men around to help you out. Submission's not necessarily the best. Hayes going for the cover on Iceman, only a 2.
In the middle of an incredible amount of carnage.
Another running bulldog from Gibson, another cover on Joe. We got 1, 2.
2 and no.
Baba also had a vicious submission hold on Michael Hayes. You know, I think if Hayes hadn't broken free, Ref Granola would have gotten over there. That would have been it for that man.
That very well could have been the very end. And once again, flagrant disrespect.
Iceman was signaling to the people he's not done yet, but Samoa Joe is there to cut him off.
And now they're in a chop fest, and Joe is showing him what he thinks, which is that he's going to get hit in the head.
Danielson busted open, and Robert Gibson showing off for the people. This man's got a bloodlust tonight, Monster.
Double explosions as we approach the 15-minute mark, and it is entirely possible that none of these men will be walking out here tonight.
Well, the 15-minute mark is the halfway of this bout, and once we get to 30, that is indeed explosions go off, no one survives. Stan Lane, again, wasting time, swiveling those hips with the crowd, not capitalizing on his opponent, as Michael Hayes does it back to him, and gets an exploding barbed wire for it. We have it, Samoa Joe is just choked out Sweet Stan Lane, we have new champions.
Modern day gladiator combat at its finest, Owens, and I gotta tell you, Michael Postscript Hayes is gotta be sitting pretty right now with his team of specialists. They came in, they wanted the belt, they got the belt.
Let's wanna do a tag team or some single stuff?
So I'll tell you what I think. I think that these guys need to defend this title against Brood.
The Brood. Okay, I think I have the Brood. I think we
like,
can do the Brood. Let's look. All right, so
the Brood and like a third or fourth guy, I guess.
I think there's like, no, it should just be like, yeah, so they should be in here if I have them, because they probably would have been in like a pack of guys.
Okay.
But also I noticed a bunch of people went gray, so I guess people changed their, whatchamacall, like Steam Workshop stuff. Yeah. I know I had them at one point.
Just a regular ass tag match then, I would say.
All right, we can go back. We got some regular tag team titles. Alright. Tags. Alright. We got Scott Norton with that one. What's ladies tag? Steve team.
Hey.
Okay, so we have the 6-man that Demolition has. Is this like Steve Blackman? Steve, oh! when this work, we got a real classic for you tonight, fans. Tito Santana coming back from that terrible injuries. You might remember we had a heavyweight tag team championship tournament. Tito Santana originally in the first round had his partner, the Patriot, turn his back on him and decide he was going to pledge allegiance to Mother Russia as he became the People's Patriot. We thought that was the end of Santana. But then the superstar Steve Austin also lost his partner. There was a bye. Santana got plugged in and they came away with the belt, but Santana has been on the shelf for quite a while, Monster, but they're back and they're going to defend it. So, who are we going to see these dynamic men take on tonight? What are you feeling?
That's a fantastic kind of question, Owens. I'm not really sure. Maybe we should let the dice of fate decide and then maybe re-roll a couple times if we don't get something that feels like it makes sense.
Let's go to the lethal lottery. Oh, my!
See, that's the kind of quality you get here on the Superstation. The hand of fate selects Scotty Flamingo.
Scotty, the body Flamingo.
Scotty, open quotes, the body, close quotes, Flamingo, and Hawk.
Road Warrior Hawk, member of the Legion of Doom, with Jake the Snake Roberts and more. Well, I don't know what else we can do here, Monster, but send it on down to good old referee Sifri Ghostnola in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
100%. Here we go.
See Flamingo and the Superstar starting it off tonight. Superstar with a quick jab to Flamingo. You know, he's not afraid of this, man. The Superstar, quite a technical wrestler, but is more than willing to, get a little bit dirty as he throws Flamingo out of the ring right away.
I really do love how this game gets his exact hairline. Like, that is quality right there. That is simulationism at its finest. That is the kind of simulation of wrestling that you are only ever going to see here on the Superstation Fight, fans.
Superstar.
Now, you may be wondering. Oh yeah. You may be wondering, is the map the territory? And the answer is that these people are wrestling inside of your screen. That's all. On the Superstation.
Hawk with a big vertical suplex on the Superstar. Hawk not really known for his cardio. You can see it took him a little bit to get up as Tito comes in. We got the Reba man himself looking to show that he hasn't lost a step in his time on the shelf. Beautiful double team maneuver. There we go, just like I was talking about, Monster.
The tandem maneuver there from this unlikely team. Gosh.
Well, an
Austin
unlikely team together, but Monster, remember, both men separately part of several notable tag teams. You know, Tito Santana, a member of Strike Force, you can't forget that classic duo, captured a number of championships. The Superstar himself, you know, part of the Dangerous Alliance, part of the Hollywood Blondes, part of the two-man power trip. You know, this guy's got tag team gold everywhere he goes.
Now that is correct, Owens. Austin is certainly no stranger to the field of tag battle himself, but you got to wonder why he's not in there helping out his partner, because Santana's having to take on two at once.
Well, you know, that might be true, Monster, but Santana is certainly holding his own here against Scotty the Body. As you see, right, might have fallen first, but Scotty really didn't have much left in the tank.
And look at that cool demeanor of Austin, not stepping in to do anything. And there's Santana showing what he thinks of that, getting him into that ring there. Then there's an elbow that he drops.
Santana going for a parting shot, doesn't get it as Flamingo clears out both partners. Santana has to take the walk of shame back to the corner to regain his breath.
And Austin's starting to go to work with those vicious strikes. You know, he might not be much of a technical wrestler too much of the time, but Austin can brawl with the best of them.
Well, you see, he's got those fists taped up. He's, you know, ready to throw some bombs, as it were. Flamingo grapple him in the corner, putting the boots to Austin. Austin, you know, that's kind of a maneuver he likes to employ. That's not going to get him happy too well, as we see, the jawbreaker. Hawk is in. Austin trying to fight him off with that swing and neck breaker, but I wouldn't want to be going toe-to-toe with Hawk. That man, former bouncer in the greater Minneapolis area. There we go as he clocks Austin, but Hawk, much like Flamingo's, cardio really working against him tonight.
Absolutely true, Owens. And you got to figure with an animal like Hawk, not to be confused with his tag team partner, whose name is Animal, and
also an animal. Also an animal.
Also an animal. Also an animal. Much like an animal like Hawk, you got to figure you got to take advantage of that, because that may be the one weakness of a power competitor like this man.
Santana stuck in a front face lock. Hawk is just too strong to fight out of that. You know, there's some moves where just the physics are against you. The front face lock, you know, it looks elementary, Monster. It looks like it's not going to do something, but, you know, you got a man the size of Hawk in there, that height, those muscles, that could be lights out for you. But Santana, the technical skills, going up top, ready to come down on Scotty Flamingo. Hits him with that beautiful clothesline. The speed, the tenacity, the technique of Santana's was saving us. Scotty Flamingo, again, going for that airplane spin. We saw Dennis Condrey with it earlier tonight. Don't believe that move is nothing. You will be torn sideways. As we see a double team maneuver on Santana. They're trying to send him right back out.
Flipping Scotty the Body over like he's a souffle of some kind. Or pancakes. Eggs over hard, maybe, if you make them like that. Some other sort of food you would flip.
Well, you know, you talk about hard eggs, but Scotty Flamingo took his head to the ring post and to the mat. He's certainly trying to scramble Santana's eggs here as Hawk comes in. We see another airplane spin. What is Hawk going to do to capitalize on what is surely going to be a completely unequilibriumized Santana on the mat?
Yeah.
Santana just dizzy enough to get into his corner.
That's right, Owens. Hawk is trying to take on two competitors at once, and as you can see, he is more or less managing it. Could it come to an end here, or is he gonna? No, he goes flying down.
Austin throwing that big man up like he's nothing. 2.9 off I think we could agree, Monster, that is a showboating pin. No hook in the leg, no nothing.
You gotta figure the Bond from Hollywood thought that he had it in the bag, and now he's reverting to just outright choking him, sort of.
Well, you know, if Hawk can't breathe, he can't fight. It's, a pretty good idea from the superstar.
That's true, but now all of it's earned him is that nasty power bomb.
But he is in his own corner. I don't know if Hawk's going to be able to get that 3 count. You know, we know Austin doesn't like to come in to help out his partner. Santana is there like a flash.
That is true. Santana stands for helpfulness and doing the right thing.
Loyalty.
Classic baby face.
Honor.
Loyalty.
Helpfulness.
And honor.
Loyalty. As Iceman King Parsons comes out, whose side is he on, Monster?
It looks like he's on his own side, and then also probably he's on someone else's side, too, because that's how this works. But I guess we'll find.
There we go. He's here with Hawk and Flamingo. Oh.
A triumvirate of terror, if ever I saw.
Mind
Hawk,
games.
Iceman Parsons, and Scotty
Cerebral
open quotes,
assassin.
the body close quotes Flamingo. The cerebral assassin.
Iceman King Parsons.
Iceman King Parsons.
Santana fights him over with a quick elbow to the bridge of the nose. A European forearm. Flamingo, though, is up and at him. Now we're going to see a double team maneuver, perhaps a spike pile driver. Ooh. Oh, Santana's neck is not happy. Are we going for 2?
Figure he's in trouble now.
Flamingo with, remember, Scotty the Body. His finishing maneuver is that jumping pile driver. Iceman might have worked against his compatriots here by picking up Tito.
Tito doing what he can, getting fired up.
Also note, fight fans, referee Ghostnola, he doesn't like the interference, but he knows the fans want to see a definitive finish. He will let things go on within reason.
That is absolutely true. Sometimes you just got to let a wrestler have their say. And when that happens, you let them tire themselves out. They'll eventually they'll go back to the ring. It's fine.
These are big boys. They've got big problems, and who is the referee to tell them what to do?
In the vast grassy plains of professional wrestling, sometimes you gotta let the big boys sharpen their horns on the tree and pee on stuff.
Austin answering fist to the head with chops. Looked like that was maybe not the best maneuver, but as we can see, he got the better of Hawk in that exchange in the end. As Hawk throws him to the outside, business is picking up. Nothing good happens outside the ring.
It is a lawless land where even you can see that referee Ghostnola refuses to put his feet upon the ground, thus anointing it as territory where there could be law. Instead, he remains in the ring as he must.
Well, the referee knows his dominion is within those ropes bounding off this squared circle outside the ring. As you might know, is outside the ropes. He's not going there. Austin thinks better at coming off the top ropes. A chop block on Hawk. That is a brilliant way to take out the big man. If he's not able to walk properly, he's not going to be lifting him up, but Hawk able to get to his partner. And now we see both double team on Santana. Santana, though, has been pretty adept at fighting off 2 and 3 men tonight.
But he's not so good at fighting off a kick to the family jewels. Apologies, folks. We are before the watershed, so you just had to see some foot on genital violence. It's fine. He'll be fine.
Santana is a pro. He knows how to take a hit. You can see he's up. He's fighting as best as he can given the situation.
And I would remind you, fight fans, do not attempt this at home. These are trained professionals who put their bodies on the line one day after another here on the Superstation for you.
Flamingo trying to go for that triple maneuver of the knees, driving the head to the mat, and trying to finish up with the pile driver again tonight. Couldn't get it. Santana countered that pile driver with a hip toss. As Flamingo and Hawk trying to keep him in the corner, but accidentally thrown to the partner. Santana's out. If he can fight off Flamingo, he'll get the tag. Oh, he's cut off by Flamingo. Austin, you can see, a cool competitor. He's got his Chad Kroger haircut over there. He's looking fine as Santana goes for the pin. Austin's going to break this up. No, only a 2. Santana thrown out.
If you or I or any other normal human were to attempt maneuvers such as these, we would be liquidated instantly. And that is why these wrestlers are the only people who should be trying maneuvers such like you're seeing here on the Superstation tonight.
Got all 4 men in.
It is getting hairy out there right now. Hairy like the most of the top of Steve Austin's head.
Flamingo, you might be wondering, Monster, what is it with this young man that Austin is, a little upset here. Sorry, as I was saying, Flamingo is the chop block. Flamingo's fist. Now, you might be saying, how does this kid have such punch and power behind him? Now, Monster, I might remind you of the infamous boxing match he had with one Johnny B. Bad, who was indeed a Golden Gloves champion. The victor in that match, I'll have you recall, Scotty Flamingo.
That is correct, Owens. He might look kind of like a dipshit in his watermelon pants, but that kid can throw hands with the best of them, or at least with Johnny B. Bad.
Golden Gloves boxer Johnny B. Bad.
Golden Gloves boxer Johnny B. Bad.
Austin getting rid of the pile driver. Trying to take the finishing move from Scotty Flamingo again with that taunting pin, but only a 2. Hawk is in to break it up. He should have hooked that leg.
That right there is unearned confidence. You think you have it in the bag, and all of a sudden, you're not hearing that 3 count like you thought you were going to, and you're not sitting so pretty anymore. It is hubris. It has been the undoing of kings. It has been the undoing of gods. And tonight, in this ring, it'll be the undoing of wrestlers.
Truly it was hubris that killed Charlemagne himself as Hawk hits that devastating neck breaker and Steve Austin starts trading punches with Tito Santana. How's this one gonna end? Hawk's been winning these, but Tito firing out with a clothesline. Takes down the big man, rolls him over once, rolls him over twice, decides to pick him up. Santana's got to make up his mind. Monster, I think as we approach the 26th minute, we're seeing all of these men are just too exhausted to think straight.
Well, I think it is possible that what you're seeing Santana do is death rolling him like a crocodile. It is that 3? No, it is not. Anyway, yes, much like the great toothsome predators of Australia and other such areas, Santana is imitating nature and deploying a death roll on his prey, which in this case is the professional wrestler known as Hawk.
Santana with that the flying forearm is one of his patented finishing maneuvers. You got to remember, Tito Santana is known for 2 moves. He's got his submission hold, the figure 4 leg lock, and he's got his normal pinfall kill shot, the flying forearm. Hit it twice so far. Each time, the partner's been there to break it up. These men got to be very lucky. That forearm has put down men such as Greg the Hammer Valentine, and he is no spring chicken.
That is correct. Greg the Hammer Valentine. When you talk about veteran presence, you're pretty much exactly talking about Greg the Hammer Valentine. So knowing that Tito Santana's flying maneuvers can put away an opponent like that, well, you're seeing it in action here as Hawk is learning a very hard lesson tonight.
Flamingo again with that jumping pile driver, trying to put his opponent down. This time, Austin's had enough standing on the sidelines. He's getting in there. He's mixing it up.
Flamingo is a house of fire right now, but let's see if... No! Once again, that momentum just stops.
Austin not afraid to play dirty within the rules as we see the Fez press into a pin and Hawk in to break it up. Just about to hit 29 minutes here, Monster. This one could go to the bell.
Fortunes rise and fall in the ring like the fortune of nations. Again, hubris frequently was the undoing of Steve Austin, who flew a little too close to the sun there with that flying elbow.
Seeing chops against punches. Austin looks like he's going to take it with the clothesline, We've seen that exchange a number of times tonight, Monster, and maybe it's because I don't have the experience in the ring as this man, but I feel like if a man's punching me, I better be punching back. I don't know how hard one could chop to truly answer just a closed knuckle fist to the face.
Once you're in there, Owens, it's a whole different ball game, but until you're in there playing ball, it's Steve Austin just did a suplex.
Well, I guess, Monster, it's as Mike Tyson once said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
That is right. And when you see the hands that are being thrown by this competitor, Steve Austin, that's the kind of thing that'll take away the plan you even thought you had. He's punching him again now, so he's good at it. He likes to punch him.
Well, Austin's got those fist tape up for a reason. You know, he wants to be able to punch without worrying about his knuckles. Santana with a wonderful back suplex on Hawk, but Hawk is up and working over that shoulder. He's letting him know he does not appreciate that. Santana with a quick snapmare picks up the big man Hawk.
Showing amazing form in that ring tonight. But is it going to be enough? And
throws Hawk to the outside with a suplex. Flamingo's in immediately, unlike Austin. Flamingo, anytime he can take an advantage, he's going for it. Hawk cannot get the pile driver. Santana off to the ropes.
A lot of fight left in Santana here.
Monster, I was hoping we would see that forearm again from Santana really catch Hawk off surprise. Didn't get that, but once again, throws Hawk outside, and Flamingo is right there, but he cuts him off and starts going after Flamingo's arm. You know, if Flamingo's arm is injured, he's not going to be able to get him up for that pile driver, but as we can see, not a problem hitting the Bulldog.
100% correct, Owens, and you can see that Flamingo's getting a little desperate here because you've got Santana showing that excellent classic form as he just works over his opponent. Now tagging out to Austin. Look at that.
That double sandwiching clothesline, a patented maneuver we're seeing from this team here, but yet to put any man down. Austin up to the top rope, decides against it. Santana, that snapmare, nice and quick and scientific. Austin had enough of Flamingo, just punches him right in the back of the head. Ref Ghostnola letting that stand. Normally, you know, we do not allow blows to the back of the skull, but, you know, Granola's going to call it like he's going to call it.
That is true. He is not going to stop the match unless he deems it medically necessary. And I would remind you that referee Skippy Granola is a licensed physician in the state of the wrestling ring.
Well, you know, in Canada, they are able to get you know, advanced degrees in a much easier way than elsewhere. Ref Ghostnola is a licensed and bonded craftsman in multiple disciplines. Just a few ones off the top of my head: woodworking, electricity, and the medical sciences.
That is absolutely right, Owen. And his word is law, not just in terms of the law, but in terms of medicine in that ring. And he alone reserves the right to be the arbiter of when a wrestler is too damaged to continue.
Hawk with that military press showing his arm is fine.
And it's showboating like that that'll get you in a lot of trouble in that ring. I bet Hawk is feeling like a pair of statue legs in the middle of the desert right now.
Santana firing up for the crowd after that maneuver, but Hawk with the punch to the gut, you know. I don't know how he's going to a crisscross here. We see a double down up top with Hawk and Austin. Austin not the legal man. Hawk really should have focused on Santana. So far as fighting him off. Now we see Santana knocks Flamingo off. I'm wondering, Monster, if that's going to cause a little dissension amongst those partners.
You gotta figure, you have to be looking out for your partner, because if you don't, then how can you trust that your partner is gonna be looking out for you?
Santana back to working over the arms. We approach the 39th minute.
That is the agreement of blood that wrestling tag teams make with one another. And when that agreement is severed, who knows what can happen.
Well, it's something of a social pact there, Monster. And, you know, anytime a social pact fails, it is bad news for everyone involved. As Hawk clotheslines his own partner going after Santana.
Boy, you talk about social pacts out there tonight, Owens. That right there is the kind of frenzy that makes all kinds of social everything break down. In the wrestling ring, all that matters is that victory, too. And is that enough? It is not enough.
It was a beautiful textbook suplex from Flamingo. Hooked the leg, but it just wasn't enough. The rare variant double underarm. Luna Vachon comes out.
What the fuck?
Flamingo going for that airplane spin, and she's after Flamingo and Hawk. What is this alliance between Luna Vachon the superstar Steve Austin and Tito Santana. I can't believe it, Monster.
How is this happening? I guess it's just happening, though. It is happening here in the wrestling ring. Luna Vachon is here, and she is hungry for wrestling.
And here we go, the 3 going after Flamingo. They say 3 is a magic number, and they just come up with punches. Flamingo trying to fight off and doing his best, but, Luna Vachon, she might be, a tiny thing, but she's got a vicious streak in her a mile wide.
100%, Owens, and I'm not over that maneuver, I guess, is pretty much where I'm at with that. And down goes Hawk with that punch. More punching.
Hawk trying to suplex Vachon as the superstar is able to take control at a suplex of his own. I think Vachon proved her point. She is afraid of no man.
She can tussle with the best of them, and I think we have all seen that demonstrated here tonight on the Superstation. Hawk going for that pin. That's a 1, and that's a 2, and will it? No. Not enough to get that victory.
Austin taking out the leg. Santana has Hawk. Hawk is fighting him off. Santana with a nice arm drag. As he goes out of the ring. I thought Santana was the legal man, Monster. This is breaking down as Austin thrown over the top rope, lands on the apron, crashes down. They say that the apron is the hardest part of the ring.
It is the hardest part, and it's even harder when you're landing on it.
Flamingo with a wonderful suplex. Getting in the ring, though, instead of staying out and holding Austin. I don't know why. I believe Hawk is indeed the legal man. Flamingo, I guess, doesn't want to try and win the belts the cheap way. Here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, the titles do change hands on countouts and disqualifications as we just shy of our 45th minute of this bout.
It's called Calgary rules for a reason, Owens. The reason is it's where you're in Calgary.
Santana getting thrown to the corner. He's been in that corner quite a bit tonight, Monster. You got to wonder, maybe he's trying to rope-a-dope and we're just not seeing it.
Maybe he's got the long game that he's playing. With a ring veteran like Tito Santana, you're going to see a strategy like that. You're going to see, again, that mind game being played.
Tito throwing Flamingo into the corner. What does he got? Flamingo's going to suplex him into the buckle, and he falls outside. Santana in dark days tonight as Hawk looks is going to powerbomb him on the floor.
Santana showing amazing resilience to getting up after that dreadful impact, only to eat a face full of parquet floor courtesy of.
Santana manages to make it in at the 13 count. 7 more, that would have been it.
Something so small can indeed cost you the title here in Calgary, friends. That is how the referee, Skippy Granola, chooses to enforce the law, and no man dare issue comment.
Well, you got to understand, Monster. The thing is, beating in before that 20 count, that is the difference between going to the pay window and the soup window tonight after the match. Austin with some sort of ace crusher in there on Hawk. Not able to capitalize. Hawk with a back suplex, both men sucking deep wind. I don't know how the first rows are even breathing with all their pulling in their lungs.
That is correct, and down goes Hawk. And now he's back up again, and now he goes back down again.
Austin with a desperate double axe handle, now just throwing his body at Hawk to try and keep him down, but he's putting Hawk in his own corner.
Anything that could possibly
punch it, ties him in the tree of woe and punching at his knees. He is just trying to immobilize this man as he hits a textbook Russian leg sweep again. Flamingo very interjecting himself early in the match after his partner threw an opponent into him and then clotheslined him. You can see Flamingo not too keen on interfering.
It has been a near hour of hyper time, which I would point out to the viewers is like time, but it goes a little faster. And that does take an extra toll on these wrestlers' bodies because time is passing for them at rates their bodies aren't really built for. And then he kicks him.
Flamingo still able to get some nice air on those drop kicks and nice snap suplex going up top. Is this going to finish off Tito? Hits a fist drop, it looks like. Couldn't quite see it. Hawk was in the way of the camera. Hooks the leg. We got two and no.
Not like that had to be it.
Not even a 2-9. Santana surprisingly fresh. We see second textbook quick snap mare. Now he's even going after Hawk. Hawk's not the legal man. Santana off the ropes. Somehow avoids whatever was going on, but eats a snap suplex.
Now, I cannot confirm or deny speculation that I have heard in the past about Tito Santana possibly being spotted in the locker room drinking a vial of some sort, possibly containing Hanma's blood. I don't know anything about that, but it would explain his nearly preternatural levels of vim and vigor tonight in that ring.
Santana thrown into Austin. Flamingo trying to get some revenge before, but Austin was looking at it. He saw it, just, was able to lean back and hold on to those ropes and not get knocked to the floor.
And you can see Flamingo sees a machine like Santana, wants no part of it by himself, goes and gets Hawk. And back again to that street brawling style that we have come to expect from this tag team competitor.
Well, some say getting your partner is a little bit of cowardice. Others say it's smart. At the end of the day, right, a win is a win. Do you want the money or do you want the respect? Sometimes you just can't have both. Austin with a pin on Hawk. 2-9. I'm surprised with that showboating pin from the superstar. He must sense something we don't.
And once again, it feels as though that pride could very well be his undoing here in Calgary. Oh, nasty punch to the head.
Austin has Hawk up for the Doomsday device. Santana is off with a double axe handle. Just insulting the man. If they don't get that pin on Hawk, I feel like they don't want to be dealing with him. Hawk is running away, Monster. What do you make of this?
Santana and Austin clearly don't necessarily see eye to eye about everything, but that is a formidable pair of competitors that I would not want to be across the ring from in an alley, if there was an alley with a ring in it.
Well, it's funny you mention that because I've seen a number of bouts in the great state of Minnesota that do set up rings in alleys. Flamingo hook in the leg. We get a 1, a 2, and no! Santana breaks up the count.
Santana is just kind of being a workhorse tonight for this team. Austin contributing his share just as much, don't get me wrong, but you can see Santana is working hard for that golden colored belt.
Again, a double team maneuver, this time on Flamingo. I believe he's been on the receiving end of that a couple times tonight. Flamingo just going in these snap suplexes. I think he doesn't know what else to do to put these men away. He's just hoping the brunt of that shock trauma is going to put him down. Flamingo, it seems like he's ready to finish him off after that skull breaker. See, reverse of Santana puts him down. Santana's got other plans. Once again, a nice arm drag.
Just couldn't keep the momentum going. Here we are with Santana capitalizing.
Santana has Flamingo on his side of the ring. Flamingo trying to fight out. Going for that airplane spin. Austin's just going to let it happen. No, he's coming in. The superstar has had enough.
The airplane spin is a potentially lethal maneuver that can cause all of the air to be forced out of your lungs, resulting in immediate death.
It's centrifugal force, Monster. It's just plain science. Folks, if you've ever been to the county fair, you know the big ride we all get in, and it's the spinning wheel, and they unbuckle us, and we all just stay glued against the wall. The very same principle applies to the airplane spin, but as the Monster said, in the airplane spin, the air will get forced out of your lungs if you're into it long enough. A collapsed lung can be a deadly condition. That's why we do have the medic standing by in the back.
That is correct. And you try winning a championship belt with only one lung and the other lung's all messed up. It is not easy.
And speaking of not easy, we're an hour into this match and still it shows no sign of slowing down as a double team powerbomb on Santana, grabbing his neck. Austin with another ace crusher on Flamingo. Hawk has Austin in a vertical suplex. Flamingo posing for the ladies.
Flamingo picking the wrong time to be showboating. You got to figure this watermelon-panted little man is going to try his hardest to end this match. This is no time to be pleasing the crowd.
Well, maybe it says something about the character of the man that, he always finds time to, put a little out there for the ladies.
You might even say that vanity is some kind of a fatal flaw the man has that will lead to his undoing. Probably.
Austin off the ropes with a clothesline on Flamingo. Flamingo chopping away and just catching nothing but air. That Russian leg sweep again for Flamingo. Austin looks like his neck's bothering him now after that one.
Oh, the body is working on him piece by piece, taking this competitor apart methodically, and he tags out to Hawk, who is going to come and finish the job with those high-impact maneuvers he's known for.
Oh, we see the challenger's able to take control over the champions. Hawk with a power bomb. Flamingo picks up Santana before Hawk can get a cover. While Austin was outside, that might have been enough time to get that 3 count. Now Santana is taking control over Hawk, has him in the corner, throws him off the ropes. Wonderful hip toss.
Still showing excellent form this far into a match like that speaks to the magnitude of a competitor like Tito Santana.
Tito is angry. He floors Hawk with the clothesline. Hawk back up with one of his own and collapses as both men are down just shy of 64 minutes into this world title bout.
Still displaying that technical prowess, even though I forget why. But now he's doing an armbar.
Santana with an armbar. Ghostnola calls it. Hawk is eliminated. That's, as you recall, in Calgary, Alberta rules. It is all men must be eliminated for the title to change hands. That is how titles will change hands on disqualifications or countouts. Scott Anthony, the Body Flamingo, has to now defeat 2 men to take these titles.
And again, it is possible, I cannot confirm these rumors at this time, fight fans, but it is possible that Tito Santana was spotted backstage consuming or otherwise drinking the blood of Hanma.
Tito going up for a superplex. Scotty can't be kicking out of this.
Potentially explaining his superhuman reserves of vitality.
Santana running a little low on the energy there. Perhaps if he had Scotty covered, that would have been it. But don't worry, Austin the freshman is in. We hit a nice snapmare from Tito. Picking up Scotty again as Austin's trying to shake it off. But Flamingo fights both men down. Starts going for his partner. Remembers, he's been eliminated from the contest.
And as you can see here with Santana now, even the blood of a strange monster like Hanma can only get you so far. The human body can only do so much.
Austin throwing Flamingo into his corner. There's no partner there. Austin just toying with the youngster. Austin off the top rope, punching him right in the small of the back. Monsters, you might recall from, my old injury a number of years ago, that is where I slipped a disc. That is a painful injury, folks. And, my injury was just through normal circumstances, not the hot and heavy action you see here in the ring every Friday night on the Superstation.
That's right, Owens. And of all the places you could potentially slip a disc, your back is the last one you want.
Well, Monster, it would be kind of strange if you slipped a disc in your elbow. I'd be concerned about how that disc even got in there.
It's 2019, obviously, dude. I'm putting discs in my elbow. I got them in my elbow. I got knee discs. I got hamstring discs. I got discs.
Well, I wasn't aware you got that upgrade. As Santana trying to take apart the shoulder of Scott Anthony. That double team maneuver from the superstar and Tito, not going for the covers. We're almost entering our 70th minute. Flamingo, that jumping pile driver, he's going for the cover. Austin's right there to break it up. Austin's had enough of this guy.
At the outset of this particular match, I do have to say Austin and Santana did not seem to be really gelling as team members. But as you can see, they seem to have come to some sort of an understanding. But will it be enough to put the body away? That's what I'd like to know.
Well, you know, Monster, I gotta say, it doesn't look good for the youngster. However, I feel like it is very likely he will eliminate one of the champions before we're out, as we see again that jawbreaker he's been using. Like I said, Scotty, not necessarily you'd consider him, a man of his fist. Has that knockout victory over Johnny B. Bad, former Golden Gloves champion. I feel like, at a moment's notice, Scotty could catch either of these competitors just in the wrong way, and just Ref Granola's going to have to count him out.
But the other plain fact of it is you could see that he had Santana down, and Santana's been hard to wear down all night, but what did he do? Once again, he played to the crowd. He's once again playing to those ladies, the vanity that will almost certainly be his undoing.
Austin back in, letting Tito just work over the youngster's shoulder. Tito thrown to the outside, much like the People's Patriot did in that first round tag tournament match. With the cover.
And you gotta figure that in addition to the punishment that a maneuver like that inflicts on your body, that Santana is also now having flashbacks to that terrible day when he was betrayed by his partner and by America.
Most assuredly, the psychological trauma is incalculable. Austin finally hooking the leg, and no! That snap suplex from Flamingo as Austin circling him, swinging neck breaker, going up top. Elbow drop right into the ribs.
Austin flying very close to the sun, and he's fine, but is it going to be enough?
Austin's ready to put him away. Jumping pile driver. Will he cover him? No, he's picking him up for more.
You got to wonder what is going to take for him to decide it is time to go home with this one.
Flamingo once again going to his own corner, but there's nobody there. He's got to be getting desperate and just hoping to have enough distance to get that 3 before Santana can get over there to break it up.
He's trying to be a ring general, and it's not going to work because his army has left the station. The army was in a station.
Well, armies are station places, so that just clocks out there, Monster. He eats a double clothesline.
Absolutely.
Santana driving a knee to the back of the head for good measure. That's not a typical Tito maneuver as he hits that flying forearm and goes for the cover. Up goes down 1 and 2 and no!
And still not quite enough. And you can see Austin looking the worse for wear, and Tito eats a pair of boots to the face.
Flamingo still has enough in him to get the height and the form on that drop kick. You got to give it to him.
And look, by the way, at the grace with which Ref Granola maneuvers through this ring as he counts to 1 and 2 and not quite 3.
That has to be at least the 3rd or 4th flying forearm we have seen Scotty eat tonight, and he still keeps getting up. If he doesn't walk out of here with the title, he's going to be walking out of here with a bit more respect than he had coming in, but, respect doesn't pay the bills.
That is true. You can't eat respect. God knows we've tried. But what you also can't eat is the ring, the apron, the outside, and you can't eat a steel chair either. And the body may be about to try to disqualify himself, but no.
Decides against it. It was a smarter move, If you're gonna lose, you might as well lose fair and square. Don't throw a chair and risk the odds of bringing home this fabulous title.
That is true, but you can also see that cerebral assassin mentality because dropping your opponent onto a chair is legal and will not get you disqualified because you're technically not touching it with your hands.
To break the rules, you have to know the rules, and Scotty Flamingo clearly knows the rules. It is the Brian Pillman loophole, I believe.
It is the Pillman loophole. And here's
no, Flamingo fighting off the champs.
Yeah. Showing that he wants that belt.
Flamingo to the corner,
just share it with Hawkgun.
Flamingo thrown to the corner, dropped from a jab from Austin. Austin going for a headlock. Austin's got a chair. He might get disqualified here.
Oh.
Ref Granola's going to let it stand.
Ref Granola understands that action sometimes requires a steel chair.
Again, the ref knows the fans want to see a finish. He's not going to throw a disqualification, even though it would even it up to a one-on-one. See Austin hooking the leg. He's getting desperate.
Down goes the body once again.
Both men after him. You know, you got to understand, we have a certain things, you know, the champion's prerogative and champion's advantage. At this point, Monster, it seems to me both of the champs should stay outside, keep Scotty out to the 20 count, and they will still walk away the winner because only the legal champion will be eliminated with Scotty the Body.
It is a game of chess, and you have got to have the right moves in mind. And you're absolutely right, Owen. That would have been the optimal maneuver for these two, but they wanted to bring that guy back into the ring for a little more
Suplex!
time.
As he gets a clothesline from Santana.
And Santana once again eating those boots to the face. Look at that. Oh, but now Flamingo's doing his maneuver, I believe.
Throw Santana out after that big hip toss. Austin coming in, an ace crusher.
Oh.
Santana off the ropes, the forearm to the back of the head. In any other match, Rough Granola would have disqualified him for that borderline life-threatening maneuver. You can't just clock a man in the brainstem with your forearm, Monster. It's just not right. As Santana thrown to the outside.
It's very much not in the spirit of Greco-Roman wrestling that this catch wrestling or the wrestling. It's not in the spirit of wrestling. And Austin, however, is not feeling very spirited about wrestling, but he's feeling very spirited about punching the body in the face.
Santana reversed that waist lock, elbowed out by Flamingo, showing off for the crowd instead of taking advantage. Santana sends off the rope, forearm!
Oh!
Knocking the youngster out. Is this enough?
Two. And
only a 2 as we just get past 84 minutes.
Flamingo could have paid a very heavy price for his vanity just there, but instead he lives to fight another couple minutes.
Tito with a pile driver on Flamingo. Not quite mimicking the jumping pile driver Scotty likes to use. Both of our champs are in. Flamingo fighting off with that Russian leg sweep.
Out goes Austin once more. And Flamingo's going to have to just do his very level best here if he wants to walk out of this ring with that title.
Austin with that jumping pile driver. Here's the count.
That disrespectful pin.
Finally, the 3. 85 and a half minutes in. Monster, if you had told me it's 60 minutes, we'd be going 25 more, I would have said, get out of town. There's no way it's going more than 15. But nearly an hour and a half of hot tag team action as we see the superstar Steve Austin finish off Scotty Flamingo with the jumping pile driver into the old both hands press pin.
All right, I'm gonna grab myself a snack.
I'm going to get a beverage and a snack as well. So I'll put us on the waiting screen for a minute.
Yeah, I think I have like one more match.
I'm into that. So, we'll get to like 2 hours. All right, let's.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Gonna update our thing. We are getting snacks. We will be right back. I swear. I swear! I have returned. Waiting on the manster. Thanks for tuning in. I always like doing this, and I'll do this stuff just talking to myself, but it's nice when folk hang out and say howdy. Always a fun time. Alright, let's mix this up. We should probably do a singles for our final one. Bum, 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 bum. Excuse me, I've got the burps. What is... Probably singles title's the smart one. Yeah, we can go with that. No. Trying to find some funny people to throw in here. No. Keeps throwing the fake wrestlers on here. Alright, I think I got this. Who's somebody funny? What do we got? Trying to find someone who's gonna be funny. That's a possibility. Alright. I think we got our last one ready. When the monster's back with a snack.
Which I am.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Surprise thing there.
Yeah, well, I felt like we should perhaps crown a new champion. And
Absolutely.
the IWGP Junior Heavyweight belt is not filled in. And my first batch of randoms kept putting in lady wrestlers. I was like, all right, we can come up with a funny thing. And I feel like letting, retired grappler Chris Wolf take on Bad Street of the Fabulous Freebirds for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title is the way to go.
That is 100% right. I think that this mysterious competitor may show us a thing or two about wrestling.
Now, Monster, I don't know how familiar you are with Chris Wolf, but let me tell you, I'm certainly a member of the Wolf Pack. I traveled across the globe to see this competitor live. I went to Japan. I went to Great Britain. And finally, it was in the golden state of California that I finally ran into her and said, Chris Wolf, how do you do it? And you know what she told me, Monster?
What did she tell you, Owens?
She said, I got no other choice. I love meat. And I said, Wolf, you're all right.
Absolutely.
And I tried to talk to the Bad Street Monster. I did. I tried to get some words before the match. And you know what he told me?
What did he tell you?
He's got a mask, Monster. He doesn't speak very well. But you know who does? Referee Skippy Granola here tonight in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Very true. He speaks eloquently of the law.
The laws of the ring. It's going to let us go. Chris Wolf, something of a speedster, technical wrestler, a famed member of Oedo Tai, the violent, rule-breaking faction in the Stardom promotion. Bad Street, a bit of a man of mystery. Nobody knows quite who he is as he busts Chris Wolf open in 30 seconds into this match. That's only going to make the lady angry. Former six-man tag team champion, tried his hand at winning the old WCW light heavyweight title, just didn't have it in him.
You know, it's true, and you can see that kind of an anger will definitely translate to a match like this. He's going to be looking to draw blood for whatever his nefarious purposes are. I got to tell you, a man's wearing a mask. I don't trust him in that ring.
If you can't look in their eyes, how can you know what's in their soul? As Bad Street goes for the cover,
true.
Wolf kicks out before Granola even gets there.
I mean, how do we necessarily even know that he's human? Huh? We don't.
Huh? Could be some sort of a plant bio monster under there.
That is absolutely correct, Owens. He could also be some kind of like constructed device monster. Like, I don't want to say like a Frankenstein because I mean that would be, you know, but something like a Frankenstein-like constructed entity could be underneath there. As we can see, he does appear to bleed red, so that narrows it down, maybe.
Well, I believe that blood is coming from one Chris Wolf, who goes up to the top rope, quick jump, double knees to the breadbasket. Wolf is going for a nice pin here on Bad Street. 1, 2, and no. Kicks out.
Not quite enough. Oh.
Again, Bad Street might have literally drawn first blood, but Wolf is not out of this fight.
That is true. It seems as though the blood only invigorated her and made her even more ready to fight.
Bad Street.
Sometimes
Bad Street with a wonderful step-up enziguri there, but again, Wolf able to get back up and Northern Lights bomb of some sort there, Monster.
Fantastic wrestling maneuvers here on the Superstation. And as you can see, again, that blood's got her fired up. Sometimes you look down and you just see that berserk, the red rage takes hold. And Chris Wolf is on fire tonight. You can see Bad Street trying his hardest to contain her, and he's not doing a great job.
Just that acrobatic kick out of there. She goes for a backslide. Somewhat unorthodox choice from Chris Wolf, but again, you know, she's going to keep him off his game. Bad Street just trying to punch his way out of this. I don't know how successful that's going to be. Chris Wolf might just bite his knuckles off, you know?
It's true. I do notice that his hands are one of the parts of his body that are exposed and therefore fair game here in this ring.
You might call that poor planning as Chris Wolf hits a shining wizard on Bad Street.
That's right, and Bad Street trying to slow it down here. First with that wrist lock and then some punches, and now those kicks. But is it going to work?
Well, we saw the first signs of Wolf starting to get a little dazed here. Bad Street stomping on the breadbasket, trying to slow her down. We'll see, though. The Wolf might get fired up again. Yet she throws Bad Street to the outside and flips him off.
Showing her opinion of this mysterious competitor, but Wolf is also only too happy to go outside the ring to tango. I just almost tried to say two words at the same time. You ever do that?
Well, you know, we've all done the tango tussle at some point, as Chris Wolf did, kicking Bad Street right in the face. But Bad Street answers with that delayed vertical suplex.
You know, it's also true that everyone's going to plan until they get kicked in the face, Owens.
Indeed, indeed. Wolf off the top rope again with the double knees.
Really dissecting her opponent here in the ring, and referee Granola looking for that 3 count, not quite seeing it.
Bad Street trying to sneak in a schoolboy of some sort, and only a 2 on Chris Wolf. Another small package, trying to go for these flashy pins here, just trying to end it. I think we're a little too early in this bout for such desperation there, Monster.
That's true. You can see exactly how badly these two competitors want to win it, that they're willing to just throw it to fate that early.
Bad Street, as you saw, going to the top rope, realizing perhaps he was a little too far away and came down and drops another enziguri on young Chris Wolf.
And again, this is the light heavyweight championship. I would normally expect an acrobatic competitor like Bad Street to be more willing to take risks, but as you can see, he's playing it a little more conservatively tonight, playing the long game.
Well, if the long game involves getting kicked right in the face, he's doing a great job as Chris Wolf gets another 2 count on Bad Street.
It probably does, because Bad Street is, you never know what kind of equipment he might be hiding underneath that mask. For all we know, he could have some sort of an iron face mask thing underneath, protecting him from harm and giving him an illegal and unfair advantage.
Well, you know, that would explain why that Shining Wizard only got a 2 count on Bad Street, as he seems to be going for the famed Tiger Mask #1 attack. Bad Street, though, clearly has not mastered the maneuver, as he seems to only be getting Chris Wolf in the mid-torso, which is not the facial region Tiger Mask was known to do. And, Monster, you might not know this, Chris Wolf is barely 5 feet tall, so that is quite a low place to be hitting. Chris Wolf biting the mask. She's had enough, Monster. Referee Ghostnola is asking if he wants to throw in the towel. Chris Wolf has knocked him down. He's bleeding.
Chris Wolf is like a berserker in that ring tonight. She is going to work on him, and you can see she knows what's going on. Doesn't go for that pin because while Ghostnola is down, the rule of law is suspended in the ring.
Well, you know, Chris Wolf doesn't seem to be fazed by that. Puts him down again. Those double knee off the top rope. Again with this pin on Bad Street. Will it be enough? So we're just shy of 13 minutes. 2 and no.
And you can see she's using her body as leverage, making her height work for her.
Chris Wolf, look at his acrobatic maneuver, walking halfway across the ring before jumping down and just punching him right in the guts.
Flipping over for that pin, and that's got to be it right there. And 3.
Monster, you are clairvoyant. Chris Wolf pointing to the head. She's got the brains and the brawn, and she is the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship after 13 minutes, 11 seconds of this bout.
And Bad Street, at the very least, has to be feeling pretty good about the fact that he did not die in the ring, because we've had a bunch of that happen.
The rope walking jackknife hold.
You know, that.
All right, we're at an hour 59. I could do one more if you want to do one more.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay, what are you feeling?
Exploding deathmatch.
Okay, I was looking at I think we have just a singles exploding deathmatch title, so why don't we go with that?
Yeah, a Night of Champions fight.
Yeah, we did. That's right. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
We have the leg kick memorial heavyweight landmine deathmatch title currently held by the Dark Patriot. However, we also have the Darkest Patriot 6-man tag heavyweight title that, as you might see, is vacant.
I would for tonight, I would probably go with the Dark Patriot one.
The Darkest Patriot or the singles?
The singles, because the 6-man is gonna go on for a while, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Would be my guess.
All right. Do we want to do Patriot v Patriot or just see what random gives us?
I would go with random. I think we have to allow fate to decide who is going to test their patriotism.
The Lithuanian Nightmare Nikita Koloff is answering the challenge of the Dark Patriot for the Leg Kick Memorial Heavyweight Landmine Deathmatch Championship. What do you think of this development, Monster?
I think that we are going to see a collision of nations here on the Superstation tonight. We are going to see country versus country, East versus also East.
Well,
they're both in
the East, but one is further west than the other. It still works.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, that's right. Dark Patriot renouncing America, or possibly not renouncing America, but just being more like darkly patriotic about it. We don't really know. He doesn't talk a lot. This is going to be a clash of nations, a clash of ideologies. This is going to be a clash of philosophies and styles, and it is going to be a clash of two of the finest wrestlers currently in the game today, fight fans.
Monster, you've said nothing that I can add anything to other than let's throw it down to the ring here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, with good old referee Skippy Granola. All right, the ring tonight we see is littered with baseball bats, sledgehammers, broken tables, a kendo stick, and of course in all the corners are the fluorescent light tubes.
That is right, Owens. There's all kinds of toys and plunder and all kinds of other stuff in that ring, making sure that we see a decisive finish to a clash like this.
Koloff, as you can see, has certainly the muscle mass on the Darker Patriot, but that full body suit is deceptive. We can't really get a full picture of what this man looks like.
That is very true. We also do not know if Darker Patriot has been using any kinds of performance-enhancing potions or solutions of any kind. We don't know. We have no idea. He could be using the power of dark patriotism to become artificially strong, like some kind of a superpower. It's impossible to say.
Olaf picking up the Dark Patriot, getting whipped into the ropes. Dark Patriot surprisingly not taking his advantage of the plunder in the ring as I would have thought. Keeping it slightly technical. Koloff looks like he's going to suplex from the outside.
Oh!
Hits the explosion.
Oh.
The Dark Patriot is bleeding.
That's right, and you can see us down there.
Well, you see, we got to watch the monitors to get the views that the folks at home are seeing. We can't just call it in the ring. When you watch from the crowd, people, so here's the thing about television broadcasting. When you're just watching from the crowd, you're not necessarily seeing what's going out to you fine folks at home on the super station. We have to watch a very specific feed.
That is right. We have to keep our eyes on these monitors because in the future, man and machine must interface. And we're interfacing with the monitors, so it's kind of like that. And now with a punch to the head from that Patriot, Darker Patriot.
Darker Patriot just bleeding in a puddle. Koloff coming over, but he's somehow able to get up. Punches Koloff once, goes for the cover, gets a nothing. And I don't know what he was really expecting. Perhaps it is some psychological games from the Dark Patriot. Some sort of reverse chin lock. Again, that's not going to put Nikita Koloff down. I'm sure. I feel silly mentioning it, Monster, but we've all seen the Best of 7 series that he had with Magnum Terry Allen, that he had with Sting. Koloff can be torn all around the ring and still come up victorious. This landmine that just went off is not going to slow the Lithuanian man down.
That is true. Koloff is made of iron, but Darker Patriot is made of darker patriotism.
And as you pointed out, we're not quite sure what that means, but, he's got the speed, it seems, on Koloff tonight, but I don't know about the strength. Koloff getting up first, just unleashing those fists. Those fists are the side of hands, but again, we can see just the speed of those jabs of the Dark Patriot putting the big man down.
That is right, and he is using every bit of that strength to try to bring this match to a close.
Koloff with some sort of bear hug suplex, barking at the crowd afterwards. You got to wonder if perhaps he's had some neurological impairment as a result of that explosive barbed wire.
It is possible. Sometimes, it is, as you can see here, sometimes when you are exposed to exploding materials in the death match, your mind reverts to a kind of a feral state. It is possible that Koloff has descended to an earlier phase in his evolution, becoming some kind of a beast-like competitor.
Well, Monster, with how unhinged Koloff is on a good day, I would not want to be the Dark Patriot if that is the case. Dark Patriot, he's got to be looking to put him away as soon as possible. These, quick jabs, sticking and moving, knocking him down is all good, but unless he gets that 3 count, it means nothing as we see a nice bear hug from the big man.
Again, that beast-like offense that he is bringing into this match. Darker Patriot trying to even the score up with a couple of punches, and sure, it works for a second, but is it going to be enough?
Koloff off the ropes, the shoulder tackle starts stomping away on the Dark Patriot. Kind of surprised. We've seen 2 explosions on the barbed wire. Nobody has gone to the corner for those light tubes yet. Normally, that's our first stop in these bouts. It looks like Koloff, yes, he's outside again.
You know, you got.
You can see in the bottom right left of your corner the blonde man that is our Dutch announce team. We have expanded into the Netherlands here on the Superstation.
That is right, and Sven and Björn do amazing jobs.
They're trying their best. Their mics aren't always plugged in. Koloff psyching himself up as we get to 10 minutes into this bout.
With his fun little shimmy, but is it going to be enough?
No, he runs into Rough Ghostnola, who's open. The Dark Patriot has a sledgehammer. Drops it to go for a pile driver. Pile drives him on the ref, on a sledgehammer. Ghostnola gets up to make the count. That's how dedicated this man is.
All he can see is the law that he must enforce in that ring.
Koloff floors the Dark Patriot in one punch.
Over he goes.
Patriot's desperate. That's why he's just throwing him onto the explosive barbed wire bedding. He's really got no answer for these fists. I wonder if the Dark Patriot knows he's a bit out of his element as he goes for the cover. Ghostnola in, two and no.
And again, the shock of those explosions when you're out there. You gotta figure Koloff's not much more than a brainstem right now.
Well, monsters, you might recall Koloff typically not out to the ring without the tutelage of Uncle Ivan, or failing that, Crusher Khrushchev backing him up, you know. Oh, and we see, finally, somebody hits the light tubes. This might be something of a test for the Lithuanian Nightmare. How can he stand on his own 2 feet, as it were?
That is true. Darker Patriot, he used to be powered by the love of America, but now he is powered. He either really hates America or he still loves America, but like in a dark way. We are not sure, by fans.
Well, with the number of explosions he's setting off tonight, perhaps it is the darker aspects of America he is patriotic towards, such as explosions and wanton violence. As he picks up Koloff, he just starts going to the guts with those punches. Patriot, is he going to get the pile driver? He does, as we just see a blood pooling under Koloff, hooking the leg, hooking the head, 2 and no.
Painting the ring with his opponent's blood. That right there is Darker Patriot.
And yet, Koloff up first, just staring him down with that regressed, inhuman look he's got since he took that first bomb outside, and another tube is broken.
It is possible that Koloff may indeed get bombed back to the Stone Age tonight. I think he's before that. He's not even using tools anymore. He is just a creature here to wreck shit.
He seems to be Purid, monster. He seems to be Purid as we see a 2 count he gets out of. He's up first. Will he throw him into the tubes for a 3rd time? No, Koloff's eating the tubes.
And with most of Koloff's body exposed, you got to figure that really is going to be terrible for you. And once again, eating those light tubes.
You got to wonder how Koloff feels, you know, as big and as tough as he is, that you don't want to be rolling around on broken glass. Take it from me, monster. I still got a scar on my thumb from the one time that happened to me. It's a daily reminder of the tragedies of life.
It's dreadful. And as you can see, there's that guy there holding a sign that says it's cool. It is cool. Wrestling is cool, and that is 3.
Dark Patriot pulling a potato out of his tights. What is this man doing, monster?
He's mocking Koloff by showing him, hey, I have a tuber. What's going on?
What are you going to do? Make vodka with it? Get out of here. The old jumping pile driver hooked leg pinfall at 16:31. It looked like he pulled a potato out of his tights, right?
It looked like that, yeah.
Like, we've done a lot of matches with the various Patriots. I don't recall ever seeing that.
I mean, well, that's how dark his patriotism is he can bend the rules of space-time, make potatoes happen. Dark sleight of hand, you might say.
Oh, the dark Hollywood magic.
The dark Hollywood, yeah.
Indeed. All right, well, this has been At the Matches with Ron Owens and the Famous Monster. I don't know, we're talking about trying to do this more regularly on a scheduled thing.
Yeah, let me know. I mean, next week is kind of, you know.
Next week's Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm. You can see me in the morning with cardio souls here. So yeah, before I go to work every morning, Monday to Friday, I get on the stair stepper at 5:35 Turner time Eastern, And I played Dark Souls for at least 60 minutes, sometimes 90 minutes. What did I do today? We started off killing the demon Fire Sage. I finished the prior day's episode doing the thing where, I was like, and, a lot of people think because it's in his name, fire, you got to protect, he has fire. No, he does magic damage. I then proceeded to equip stuff to defend against fire and got my clock cleaned. Waka waka. Huh. But today I remembered, and I took him out, and we took out the centipede, and Solaire was with us, and we took out the Bed of Chaos. Only 3 tries. Pretty good. I was very surprised when I did the marathon. We unlocked pain mode, raising $2,344. Every time I died to the Bed of Chaos in the marathon, I was going to add 3 pounds to a weight vest.
Oh, God.
I did it on the first try.
Okay, good.
And I had a lot of Malort in me, so I was especially proud of myself.
Yeah, I'm proud.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
6.5 hours on a stair stepper to beat Dark Souls. That's the world record. You're welcome.
Sick.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. But I don't know. We'll keep your peeps on the schedule on the Twitch channel. I'll add stuff there. They made me an affiliate, so I figured I might as well use my hot new tools. Yeah, I just wanted to raise money for the youths, and then they said, "Congratulations, you're an affiliate." And I said, "Okay, thanks." Yeah, cool.
Thanks, dog.
Gonna send me a T-shirt? No. All right.
No, but you're an affiliate now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get my business cards updated to also write Twitch affiliate. That'll go good next to data scientist. You've seen my business card, right? I'll just take a pen and write Twitch affiliate on there and just flash it around town next time you get turned away at a club. Like, oh, let you in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know who you thought I was, but I'm actually a Twitch affiliate.
I know this man. He is a data scientist and a Twitch affiliate. All right, so
I think you will be allowing me into the club tonight. Actually,
he makes affiliate a reasonable amount of money every year before taxes. All right.
Yeah.
You know, he's able to have a cat and keep that cat in toys and food.
Yeah.
Think
Very
about that one.
Little fella with the cat.
Yeah. Well, I'm Jeff a Ghost, and I'm also Ron Owens, and this has been The Famous Monster. And before we skedaddle out here, let's see if we can raid anybody. Do the good thing. We've been having some friends. Nick, thank you again for showing up. All right, let's see who's up to raid.
All right, I'm out. Peace.
I'll see ya. Yeah, go to Kaz. Two for Kaz. Huzzah. 2, 1. Rating. All right. Thanks, everybody.